you guys are like, you want attention, but you also don't want it at all. Like,
So
I'm just thinking, like, for example, random example I just thought of, a Scorpio rising might make a TikTok video or some other public medium expressing how they're so sad that they can't have a date or romance that they want, and then simultaneously punt back and ignore every DM they got in response to that kind of video.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a pretty accurate way of putting it, to be honest with you. I think I did that last week 3 times at least. I don't know how I feel about that. That was a lot.
Thank you, Chris. Hello, and welcome back to Overstimulated with me, Hilary Henderson. Before I introduce my guest this week, I just wanted to say that Overstimulated now has a website. The link is down below. You can check it out. We also do have a Patreon, so if you would love to support us and the Overstimulated team, we would love, love, love that. There's going to be early access to episodes and a whole bunch of other cool perks coming on that, so check that out down below. Okay, now, back to business. Welcome to my guest this week. I'm joined by Toronto TikTok celebrities,
All right,
Chris Poletek and Mo Pooli. Welcome, guys.
How's it going?
Hello, hello.
How are you?
We've got Chris over here in the white, just so we'll get a nice cool close-up.
Hello, everyone.
We've got Mo over here in the black t-shirt.
How's it
You guys
going?
are definitely, if you want to listen to this episode, of course you can, but I think this is definitely going to be one that you're going to want to watch.
Probably.
You're not going to
Yes.
want to miss it.
I'd hope so, yeah.
This is our first threesome
Yeah,
on the pod.
This is my first threesome.
My first threesome
This
as
is
well.
all of our first.
This is
Okay.
our first threesomes. Oh my god.
Pipers, yay!
Ooh, first.
Can you give us some sound effects again, Chris, for that?
Wow.
See, and this is where we start drawing lines already. This is so early on for this behavior. Yeah.
You guys go. Okay, so it's all our first threesomes.
Yeah.
It's our first threesome. So I think we should start where any first encounter starts, with your star signs and your full charts. Both Chris and Mo sent their, what is it? It's a star chart. How, I can't remember.
Co-star?
Co-star, yeah.
Yeah.
You boys both sent me your co-star ahead of this, and the results are damning. Let me just say that. I will say, from seeing your content online, I already knew that you were both somehow the most eligible and least eligible bachelors.
Amen.
That's real. That's very real. That's a great way to describe it, to be honest.
The results confirm it, though. You are both Scorpio risings.
Yeah.
Women everywhere just dropped whatever coffee mug they were sipping out of when they heard that.
Terrified.
Shit.
So, like, it does make sense that you mysterious bad boys found each other like that. You connected on that level. Do you guys know much about Scorpio risings?
No.
No.
I just know that I know like the star or
Yeah.
the sun, sorry, and that's it.
Your son.
Other than that, I'm
Mo is a Gemini sun, so more on that in a moment.
Yeah.
If the ladies weren't already scared, they're shivering right now.
Heavy breathing intensifies.
So allow me to educate you as a white woman. I'm obviously the head of everything astrology.
all right. That's one way to put it. That's crazy.
Scorpio risings. You guys are like, you want attention, but you also don't want it at all. Like,
So accurate.
I'm just thinking, like, for
Valid.
example, random example I just thought of, a Scorpio rising might make a TikTok video or some other public medium expressing how they're so sad that they can't have a date or romance that they want, and then simultaneously punt back and ignore every DM they got in response to that kind of video.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a pretty accurate way of putting it, to be honest with you. I think I did that last week 3 times at least.
No.
3 at least.
Okay, so you both make dating content. Like, will girls hit you up? Like, have you got dates from?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah?
I had like a full-blown like relationship from it.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Same.
There were
My ex.
both of our
through social
both of
media.
our toxic exes came from social media. Woo! Both of our toxic relationships, I think, came from social media. Yeah, I get my DM requests are like, I don't have any, not even close to as many followers as Chris, but my DM requests are disgusting. I made a video about this. What? Like
do you
last
have,
week?
do you have like a couple you could share?
Sure.
I see. I don't get it anymore. When I
You don't
first
get them?
started, I used to get like tons. And
Oh,
tons.
okay.
I still get a few sprinkled in, but nowhere near what I used to.
Okay,
Yeah.
you fell off the
Yeah, I fell off
the train.
eligible bachelor.
The
Yeah, I'm an
eligible
ineligible bachelor.
You're now
now.
you moved to
I'm
ineligible.
still ineligible for the record. Wait, let me see. I have like a
No,
full
women don't want the nice guy anymore. They want
Yeah.
I have a
But
full fold.
the good thing about Scorpio rising is I feel like you guys are deep down softies. As long as you can like access that, I feel like the epitome of a Scorpio rising male is like crying with sunglasses on over top. Like you're like
rude of you
gotta
to
look
assume
cool,
we
but
have
like
emotional availability.
It's crazy.
yeah, you're right. That was on me. That was on me for sure.
Yeah, I have like a full.
Okay, can you read us like a couple of your
Sure.
DM thirsts?
This one was from May. Somebody said, want a reason to celebrate Father's Day next month. That was a good one.
Okay, that's actually really good, ladies,
That was a
guys.
good one.
That's yeah.
I had another one that asked for one drop only. If you're understand.
Wait, say it again.
One drop only. Just replied to the story. One drop only. You get what it is, right? You get the vibe? Okay.
I don't get it.
Insemination.
Just put the pieces together. One drop. Nah, she's not getting it. There you go. Shout out to James. Shout out to James.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay, sorry. I understand what semen is. But I never heard it described as a droplet. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I don't
What?
know.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
want to. I feel like we don't need to do like an anatomy
Yeah,
lesson.
no.
but, like,
I
we could.
understand. Yeah. You can go look at that on other sites if that's what
Yeah.
you want to see.
And then I'll have girls who will DM me that I just ignore, like I'll flat out ignore, and then they'll get mad in the DMs and start yelling at each other, like at themselves,
Okay.
for ignoring. So one girl replied to a story and said, "Oh, sweet summer, young immature boy with a heart." I didn't reply. Then she replied to the same story again. She goes, "Talk like that, LOL. Don't know what the fuck that means." Oh yeah, I can swear, right? Yeah. And then she goes, "Quote unquote, where are all the good women?" Oh, I ignore them. She literally was having a full blown conversation with herself in the DMs. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
So that's not cute.
no. And then I just get like random ones of like they'll like reply to like videos and say from one Toronto single to another, like let's go out and make the most out of this. Or,
You didn't like that?
No, I don't like when girls like slide in on my DMs. It's like a weird. It's a weird thing to me.
Is that not what I just said though? That you're like, wait, why can't I find love? And
No,
like people are like, hey, how about me? And
It's
they're
just
like,
a-
no, that's gross.
It's a weird thing for me. I've like made.
Is it like, do you want to be more like the pursuer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't want
I
to
like
be.
being pursued.
Chris loves it. It's a whole
Chris is like,
different.
for the record,
No,
my
it's-
DMs have been a little
My
dry.
DMs have been very dry.
That's so funny. Okay, let us know in the comments, ladies and fellas, how would you slide in? If you know, it doesn't have to be to one of these guys, but like in general.
If it is, make it to
How do you
Chris.
work in? Yeah.
We'll do a follow up to this and we'll expose all of your DMs. You're
Oh,
welcome.
I've already done
Yeah,
that. Shit.
yeah. We'll follow up. We'll get all the. This is gonna be a spicy episode. I think we're gonna be exposing a lot, a lot. But I feel like Mo, your astrological chart is pretty damning.
It's not good.
It's not great.
No.
He is a Gemini sun,
I am.
which Gemini sun men famously horrible. The most notable one of recent memory is Donald Trump. Do you know that you share?
Wait, what?
Donald Trump is also a Gemini.
shit.
So I think that tells us all we need to know.
Ah, shit.
And I feel like Gemini suns are like kind of like a Rogers internet provider. Like they're going around everywhere promising connection, but like fail to provide that and like aren't stable enough to do that.
So accurate. That's crazy.
A Gemini sun also is like the attention seeking, you know? Like you'll be like, if you were a little kid, I imagine you being like, mom, watch me. And as soon as she turns to watch, you're like, why are you looking at me?
Oh my God, she's really ripping me to shreds today. Hell, we don't know each other like this. That's crazy. That's good though.
But
No,
that
it's
was like,
accurate.
yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're not,
That's
wait,
amazing.
How old are you?
Called your
again?
mom
27.
27. Okay.
What? She called me what?
She called your mom before.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
probably.
that's-
Mary would have ratted my ass out so quick. My mom would have been giving you all the tea. Anything you needed to know. She doesn't give a fuck. She's like, especially when it comes to like my like dating life, she
Yeah.
rips me to shreds as much as possible.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
next episode, tell Mary to slide into the
Mary
DMs.
will love to.
Let's get her on.
Mary would love to.
We'll do a mother and son. We'll do a mother son remake. That's so funny. Yeah, the only other thing I have to say about Gemini men is that I feel like if they had a flag to represent them, it would just be a red one.
Yeah. I think we get a bad rap.
Okay, please. I've been roasting you guys. Give me what are
I
some
think we
good
get a bad
qualities?
rap.
Yeah.
Okay, good quality. I don't know. I feel like I have good qualities. I don't know about the rest of them. Everybody else has these terrible experiences with Gemini men.
Yeah.
I've definitely given women bad experiences, but I don't think every single one.
May I?
Yeah.
I think Mo gets a bad rap, but if he actually like likes you, he is the most
He'll
like
do it.
loyal, faithful, like romantic guy ever.
We're using words that I don't know if we can
no.
accurately represent
but
myself.
you have to break the barrier.
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah, if you don't break the
Yeah.
barrier, it's,
there's definitely
yeah.
walls up.
Okay.
There's
okay.
a lot
Yeah.
of walls up.
Breaking the walls.
Yeah. So if you can get past the walls, then we're solid. But
Chris, what do you
Yeah.
like best about Mo?
wow.
He's the guy I would call at 3 a.m. and say grab a shovel and he would be there.
Real.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Is that because you're grabbing a shovel because you both want to collectively bury your feelings because
Correct.
you're
Yes.
Scorpio risings?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, we're bearing each other's feelings.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
We do that with ice cream as well. Just
It's okay.
that was a big bonding moment for me and Chris when we first became friends. Was we'd get ice cream every single day together.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, say more. Why ice cream?
Because we both are fat and we just love ice cream.
That's a sweet treat. That's why I go to the gym. So I can eat
love
like
ice
that.
cream.
Okay. So you eat to gym, not gym to eat.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
100%.
diet's actually pretty atrocious. Truly.
Mine's not that bad.
Depends on the day. But some days I'm like 3 cookies and a protein shake. And I'm like, we're ready to rock, baby.
Oh no.
It's pretty bad for me to have like not a good diet because I'm like the business that I do. So
Yeah.
I try and avoid showing too much of the bad eating.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's been
And so
bad.
it's just to clarify for people who maybe are just meeting you for the first time, your
yeah.
business is
I'm an online fitness coach. So I run a full coaching business and I've been doing it full time for 3 years. 4 years?
Probably
3
4.
cool.
Close
yeah,
to 4.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Fitness is the passion. Eating is a secondary passion.
Eating's the first passion.
Eating's the first passion. Right, sorry. We're
Fitness comes
eating to
second.
fitness. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
Eating's the first passion for sure.
Chris, you are a Taurus sun, like me. But what's worse is that you're an Aries moon. He's just nodding like
Keep going.
Keep going.
I feel
going.
like an Aries moon, like you guys like always have this inflated sense of urgency, and you're like, so like in love, I feel like you're like really quick to like try and like lock someone down. But then as soon as they're like locked down with you, you're just like, well, they're not who I thought they wanted to be. So like, let's get them out of here. Like this isn't you're not playing your part in
What
this script.
that's called a disorganized attachment style. Thank you very much. I'm well aware. I'm very well aware. It's a work in progress.
I think the red flag is that you know what a disorganized attachment style is in the first place.
This is like, I saw this most
That's the
hilarious.
red flag. It's not the Taurus. It's that you know what that is in the first place.
It's a work in progress. Okay?
Crazy.
We're already bringing up attachments.
Yeah.
We already got
Oh
Mo's
my
mom. Let's get your
God.
mom on as well,
yeah,
Chris.
get my
We're like,
mom
what
on here.
happened? What happened?
Get Wendy in here. She'd love this.
Wendy and Mary.
Wendy and Mary would have a time.
We'll have a five. We'll have a
time.
5-some with the moms next.
That'd be crazy. Okay.
Oh no! I don't. Yeah, no. We'll call it something different.
Can you cut that out? That's a lot.
That'll be just family hours,
Yeah,
family
yeah,
reunion.
yeah,
keep that in,
We'll
keep
have
that
different branding for that
Yeah.
one. I also feel like an Aries moon, like if you like you're like very perceptive, but also like very fiery. So like if you get a hunch that like the girl you're seeing is not feeling it, or like maybe cheating on you or something like that, rather than like asking any sort of like normal question or like calming yourself down, you would just be like, eject. I'm just gonna like cheat first so she doesn't cheat. Like
I've never cheated, and I would like to make that entirely clear for the
Yeah.
camera. That is
Okay.
one of my
Chris is a good
strongest
boy.
values is not cheating. However, ejecting.
that's
There's this quote
happens.
from
It
Too
happens.
Fast, Too Furious that
Yeah.
I love to use. It's called ejectocito cuh.
I hate that you just said that. Oh
okay.
my God.
Sorry, can you translate to girls? Because I don't know what that means.
I'm pull and shoot.
Nah, that's still not. That still does not fucking translate, Christopher.
If there's a suspicion that there's something suspicious going on, I will be the first one out the door, and you will never hear from me again.
Okay, that was very
Yeah,
clear.
That's
Thank you.
much better.
Sorry, let me not parenthesize it.
That is hilarious. Okay, I did just roast you guys
did.
apart, but I feel like that was a good way to start the
I
threesome.
feel like you could have gone deeper into me. That was
I
kinda
could
light.
have, let me see. I did have more written here.
You're a Taurus, right?
I'm a Taurus.
See, I have
yeah.
nothing bad to say. I love Taurus women.
Oh, okay.
I've never had a bad experience with a Taurus.
With
a Taurus woman.
Is there any like star sign of woman that you have had bad experiences?
Sagittarius.
Sag women.
I have like I have a terrible history of Sagittarius women.
Same.
Why?
I had like a string of 4 girls in a row that I dated, went on dates with, whatever, and it was the worst experience of my entire
And they were
life.
all Sag women.
Yeah.
What-
They're all
what-
great. They're all great. I just couldn't get there. You know, I couldn't.
Like physically?
I couldn't. No, that was fine. I just couldn't. I couldn't emotionally put the pieces together.
Okay.
you know?
Okay. They needed more emotional.
No, I think I did. I couldn't.
Oh, okay. You fumbled. Is what you're saying.
I definitely didn't fumble. Fumbling is crazy. No, I didn't fumble anything.
doesn't fumble.
I don't fumble.
Mo doesn't fumble.
However, I just couldn't get emotionally invested with any Sages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It didn't work for you in that kind of way. And what about like with you, Chris? It was the same way with Sag women.
They just were not nice.
They're not nice. Most of them aren't nice. No, I swear.
No, they're not nice.
They're not nice.
No.
Okay. I have to defend. Taylor Swift is a Sag, as you know.
Is she actually?
Yeah, she is. And I feel like, and so is actually our producer. Yeah. Yeah, her producer James has the same birthday as Taylor Swift.
And they're-
But he's a man though.
Yeah,
so
Sag
it's like-
men I think are
valid.
different. Same with Gemini women. Gemini women are a different breed.
Really?
Agreed.
Oh my god, they're way worse than Gemini men.
Agreed.
No.
Agreed.
No.
Agreed. Oh yeah, 1,000%. I hammer that.
150%.
I hammer that. Yeah.
150%.
Okay, why?
Yeah.
Why is it Gemini?
If you
women
think
worse?
that Gemini men are are like volatile, Gemini women take it to another level. It's
Gemini
like
men, you
times
know what
10.
you're getting yourself into.
100%.
Gemini men wear that volatility on their sleeve.
Absolutely,
Gemini
dude.
women, it's
Proudly.
very deep within.
Proudly we wear it.
And
on
you
our sleeve.
have to peel back the layers of that onion to see the volatility, and that's scary.
and it just comes out. What's like? Can you give me an example of like what's the most like volatile dynamic you've been in?
Wow. No, it was with a Sag. We just like you know who.
yeah.
Yeah, it was just not. We couldn't talk. We couldn't speak to each other. Like everything was an argument. Oh. It was like one of those where it was like we literally could not have a good day. You know when they make the memes about like that couple that wakes up in the morning and says, "Okay, let's not fight today," and then by the end of the day you like applaud each other for not fighting.
Oh my God.
That was that.
Really?
Oh my god, it was terrible.
What was it like? What were you fighting about? Just like everything?
Everything. I could have like cooked oatmeal wrong and she would have got mad at me. And it was the same thing. Like I was just as bad, to be honest. I might have been worse, to be honest with you, but I can admit it. That's a good thing. We've grown.
This is
We've grown. We're learning. However, I've never been like that with anybody else, but with this one specific person, it was like just terrible.
It was
Like,
not.
terrible.
It was
yeah.
not it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. It's
Okay.
just we not together.
Chris? Did you watch Mo in that relationship? Were you friends with him then?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Like, did you see it happening? Like, were you like, bro? Like,
Right away.
Chris is nodding.
Mo and I are each other's like biggest alibi. Mo will tell me if a girl's bad for me. Will we listen to each other?
Absolutely
No,
not.
absolutely not. But we do keep each other accountable.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Chris told me I started dating this girl in the beginning of the summer, so like around like May or June. Chris told me by the first week of July to like move on.
Oh, really? Okay, that.
And then we dated for like
quick
7 months after that.
After that, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What were the red flags? Like, what were you?
She was just mean.
What were you seeing, Chris?
She just was not a good complementary asset to Mo. She brought out sides of Mo that are not really, I think, what Mo is about.
real.
And if so, a relationship can bring out the best or the worst of you. And if somebody brings out the worst of you, you got to cut it.
Yeah.
Like, you got to cut it.
Yeah.
She was not bringing out.
No.
She was not bringing out the cutesy in that boy.
No.
Okay.
Honestly, she's a phenomenal woman. Like I don't want to like talk bad about her specifically. The relationship just didn't work.
Yeah,
She's
sure.
great on her own and she's like wonderful at everything she does, but like the relationship just was never gonna.
Okay.
Work out.
You're saying like she'd be good for somebody else.
Yeah, I think she's got
you
like a
were
new
yeah.
boyfriend now, and I
Cool.
I'm like hopefully they're
Yeah,
good, happy.
yeah.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
love you. But for
Yeah.
me and her,
was just
fucking
not it.
no,
It was
no.
just not
we would have
it.
been really good friends if we never got romantic, but
Yeah.
the actual relationship just would have never worked.
It's so
Yeah.
crazy how like you were saying, Chris, of like how that like being in a relationship with someone can like really shift like how not only like how you feel about yourself, but like how you present yourself
Mm-hmm.
in like the external world, which like I think obviously those things are related. And I think like I've maybe been more of like the opposite of things at times where like I'll just be like so like enthralled of like, you know, wanting someone to like me. And like how many times have I like sacrifice like parts of myself
Yeah.
or like because I was just like trying to impress someone. And like I don't know if like it's funny because I think we think we're sneaky in our heads to be like, oh, no one's gonna like notice like that I'm like abandoning little pieces of myself in like some sort of capacity. But it's like your good friends see it, you
Yeah.
know. And like
1,000%.
so when you were like having that conversation with Mo to be like, yo dude, like how did you go about like saying that? Like what tips would you give to people that are like, I think I need to tell someone they're like in something not good for them?
I feel like that's a tough one because like with a friend, like you want to be blunt, you want to tell them how it is, but at the same time, like it's their life and you have to let them make that decision for themselves. And I think both of us can relate and like we're both fucking stubborn idiots sometimes. And like I have to figure things out by doing it. Even if everybody around me is telling me it's a bad decision, I'm probably still going to do it and figure it out for myself.
Yeah.
But I feel like having people around you like maybe reel you in a little bit more and not let you get sucked into that. I feel like once you get sucked into a bad relationship, that's when you start to lose it. Where like if you keep your
Yeah,
friends
yeah.
close, if you keep your community close, even if you're in a bad relationship, it kind of keeps you like grounded. But once you start to lose your friends and get like sucked into that relationship, that's when like all bets are off.
Yeah.
To be honest, we went through this with like each other recently too. Like my kind of toxic, not good thing was like last year, and I feel like Chris's was more recent. And I had the same conversation with him that he had with me.
Yeah.
Where it was like, as much as I love you and I want you to be happy in this relationship, you're just not seeing what's going on.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Okay. Mo, role play with me a little bit. Okay. This is
Sure.
the first role play in this threesome.
Sure.
Pretend I'm Chris.
crazy.
Okay. pretend I'm Chris. We just finished eating
finished
our
role
ice
playing?
cream. Finished. Yeah. You finished actually fucking. you're cuddling.
We're doing the aftercare.
Yeah,
we're
you're-
doing aftercare.
Come give me a spoon here. Come here, big boy.
Just like, hey baby,
Oh my god.
that was really great. I love
Don't
you so
do
much.
this shit. Get the fuck out of here,
Pizza a little
Christopher.
bit.
Jesus Christ.
I told you guys you're gonna be
Oh
watching
my
this
god.
one. You're
He's
gonna
trying
want
to
to
play
watch.
footsies with me.
Okay, sorry. Back
sorry.
to back
Yeah,
to
let's
the
get
task.
serious.
Okay,
We'll do the acting.
so we're like, we're hanging out. We just like we got a coffee. We're sitting outside.
Sure, yeah.
There was no fucking to be mentioned
Wow,
earlier.
it's so beautiful outside.
It's beautiful, and we're just like we're chilling, and I'm like, yeah, like like I'm gonna see her like this weekend. We're gonna do this. Like I've invited her to like this thing with my family. Like I'm just like it's going so well. I'm so excited.
That's great. Like everything's good between the two of you, like outside of the events and like all that. How's
Yeah.
the relationship?
Like sure, it's okay.
Is she like yelling at you still?
Yeah.
Only on Wednesdays.
That was a legitimate. I feel like that was like a legitimate conversation where I was like, is
Really?
she still yelling at you?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm a lot more blunt though than Chris, to be honest
Okay,
with you.
okay.
I,
I'm
working on it.
I'll like stand on all of my opinions, even if I'm wrong. If it ends up not working, I'll say like, do whatever you want. But if this is me, I'm getting the fuck out of this. I told
is
Chris
like,
straight
yeah.
up like multiple times, like this is not for you. Dip, leave,
Yeah.
get the fuck out.
Yeah. And did you listen, Chris? Like, how did you receive that?
No.
You were like, no. You were like,
I-
I'm doing the thing. Yeah.
I don't want to get too deep into it
Okay,
for sake of other people's.
100%. Yeah.
But we broke up 4 times in a year, and I think that's
Okay. That's volatile.
that is
That's giving Mo, Gemini Sun, Rogers,
Mine-
can't connect.
Mine
Yeah.
was like 6 times in a year.
Yeah.
Mine was like 6 times in 6
Whatever.
months. to be
Hey,
honest.
10 times.
It's like-
Come on.
This is like actually enlightening for me because I am, so going back to astrology, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
Taurus sun, a Taurus moon, and a Virgo rising. So it's a lot of earth.
Okay.
Like I like stability, predictability. Like out of my like friends groups that I've like made in Toronto, like I'm the only one that's like super monogamous and like that's like
Love that
I'm
for
like
you.
traditional in like that sense.
Respect.
But like I cannot imagine, like for me personally, like once either someone said that like they don't want me anymore, or like if I'm breaking up with you, it's because like you've done something that's like so like I've tried everything I could and this is like beyond, And I can't imagine wanting to get naked in front of that person afterwards. Like I can't imagine being like, this will be fun.
No, 'cause
like,
you know what it is? That's the best part about the relationship. Like the actual relationship goes to shit, but the sex is amazing.
okay, yo, I do
And
understand
that's
that.
what it is.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like you
yeah.
like hate each other, but it's like the best sex you've ever had.
You're hate fucking.
Oh, you're hate fucking. That's like I'm telling you, legitimately the best sex I ever had. It was the hate fucking.
I feel like I appreciate the way you guys are being like very respectful as you're talking about past lovers and situations like that, because like we're not here to drag any women, and we don't have the other side of the story here today.
No,
So
to be
we
honest,
just
with you,
have half of it.
I could give you the other side of the story. I was terrible. I could be completely honest. I feel like that's the thing. I feel like I've dated like very wonderful women. I just haven't like on my end of things haven't been able to put the pieces together.
This is okay. I want to ask a rapid fire question to
Sure.
both of you, and then I want to ask you more about your male on male friendship. Which
Okay, yeah, we have a
Okay.
great
I
male
love
on
that.
male
male on male
friendship, yeah.
friendships. Okay, list 3 things you're looking for in your future partner. Mo, go.
I don't want one. Like qualities or okay.
However you interpret it, you can
Okay,
put
like
looks in there
at
if you
least 5'7".
Okay,
Or no, max 5'7", right? Yeah.
you
Max.
want a little girl.
No, that's like I'm like 5'10", 5'11".
Oh, okay.
So that's like good height for
To
me.
be proportional.
I'm trying to have tall children. Okay. You know, I can't.
Okay.
I love girls who are like short, but I on a realistic level, like, I'm
so
looking
glad,
out for my kids.
I'm so glad you brought that up because it's like you want to be. It's like she's got to be tall enough that you like your future offspring. But then like if she's like 6'2", you're gonna
No,
be
I
like,
would date
you would?
6'2".
You would date
100%.
taller?
I'm looking out for my
Oh.
children. What do you mean? I don't want short kids.
My minimum's 5'4". Anything under that.
And Chris is 6'2", so it balances out. I need
anything
something
under
taller.
5'4", and I'm risking the genetic pool.
It's true. We've thought about this. We've thought about this.
That's like,
Yeah.
okay, I respect that. Sorry. So you
And
said
then,
height, yeah.
and then somebody with a nice smile. That's like the biggest thing. I don't know about anybody else. That's the first thing I look at is like somebody's mouth. I don't know if that's like a weird thing to say, but somebody's mouth is the first thing I'm looking at. And then like, I don't know, ambitious. We'll say ambitious.
Cool.
That's like another
Okay.
quality that's outside of. Did I say ambitious already?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, what you're like.
Ambitious 5'7" and then nice smile. Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll
what
do
that what that tall ambitious girl mouth do? That's
Let's hope we can find out.
okay, Chris. What top 3 things?
Definitely stability.
Okay.
I feel like I'm super independent, so I need somebody who has like their own stability, their own independence, like can hold their own, you know, like do your thing, support each other, but like run our own races a little bit. Definitely nice eyes.
Okay.
I like a nice set of eyes. Like I said, 5'4" minimum. I got to keep the genetic pool. Emotional. If there's no emotional connection, does not matter how hot you are. Like conventionally, if there's no emotional
True.
connection,
Yeah, that's
like
valid.
you could be the most beautiful person in the world. You could be the most beautiful person in the world.
my
If there's no
God.
emotional connection, you're a 0.
Interesting.
A zero's crazy. Okay, you're not a
Okay,
zero.
I know we were laughing earlier about your own lack of emotional availability and like kind of like tongue in cheek. We were being silly about that. But like, okay, I'm so interested from like a man's perspective. Like, how can you tell when there's like emotional connection? Like, I feel like the girlies listening are really gonna want to know.
I have such a
this.
good one. Oh wait,
Yeah.
I guess I think it's how you like establish an emotional connection.
Okay, yeah.
I think asking questions is the biggest thing to me. My biggest issue with like a good chunk of the relationships I've dated, or like not like relationships, but like women I've dated, I find that they don't want to get to know anything other than like what they've seen.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So to me, I'm like, if you're not asking questions, you don't want to know about, you know, my hometown, like family, friends, what I do for work, how I started working, like whatever the case may be. If you're not asking a lot of questions, you're not building an emotional connection. You're just looking at someone and going for dinner and
Right.
drinks or
Yeah.
whatever. But
yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
Questions. Yeah.
I want to get to know like how someone's brain works. Like what goes on inside your brain, like what your values I think is super important. Like
Okay.
are our values aligned?
Yeah. And do you
'Cause,
think
like,
is it just kind of talking about that, or is it like you live it and like you see how someone's acting in their values?
I think
That's
the thing I've learned is talk is cheap.
Yeah.
Anybody can say anything to somebody. No, talk is fucking cheap, and I will live and die on that sword.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's what's made me less of like, let's just jump into something. You sound like the perfect person, and now I'm more of like, okay, you sound good, but like, can you back that up with actions? Because anybody can talk a big game, anybody can put on a front for like the first 3 months, right? Like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
wear a mask for 3 months and try and
Yeah.
be the perfect person, but after 3 months, you're gonna see exactly who the fuck that person is.
real
Always
person.
3
And
months.
it's always 3 months.
always 3
Yeah.
months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually so funny to think about because I feel like the classic like situationship thing is like things. It's usually around 3 months where
Yeah.
you're like, okay, like, are we moving this in a direction where like, are we not seeing other people now? Are we gonna just see like, you know what I mean? Like, well,
Yeah.
maybe you've had those conversations even earlier, right? But that's
Yeah.
kind of around the time where you're like, are we lifting off or nah?
I feel like if it takes 3 months to have that conversation, then you're probably not
it's not
forward.
Yeah.
Like if you're not having like the exclusive talk after
Yeah.
like not even like exclusive, but like if you're dating for like a month,
I also
You're
feel like
not-
it
you're
depen-
not-
It depends how much you see that person too.
True.
Like you could
True,
be
if
like
it's, like, one
seeing
day a
someone,
week,
but
yeah,
like
okay.
if you're seeing somebody like once a week for a month, and I've seen you like 5 times in a month, like I'm gonna be in a way different spot than if I see you like 3 times a week.
okay,
Right.
but this is the
Couple of
thing.
weeks.
Think about it like this though.
Yeah.
If you're only seeing somebody like 4 times throughout the month, you're
Yeah.
not even gonna have. You're not gonna get to the 3 month mark.
Exactly.
On a realistic level, you're never getting to the 3 month
Yeah.
mark. If you don't like casually or gradually progress into seeing each other more as time goes on, you'll never. That
Yeah.
doesn't.
Your lives have to start
Interesting.
intertwining.
At least from
some
my
point.
experience.
yeah, okay,
I
fair
don't know,
enough. Like
yeah.
the intertwining needs to
Yeah,
happen.
your lives have to start intertwining,
Yeah.
and like I want you to meet my friends at some point before things get like serious.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
serious.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I
100%.
also want to meet your friends because birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah,
like if your friends are all
yeah.
going out to the clubs and like cheating on
Yeah.
their boyfriends and stuff, like
Right.
what you're not?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, sorry, you're
yeah.
you're the one who's different. You don't. Yeah, bullshit.
I'm supposed to be the toxic one. Look at me. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's true.
This is so interesting actually to hear because I feel like I spend a lot of most of my friends are women and so I spend a lot of
Yeah.
time talking to them and so like guys are this, guys are like that, you know? And like I think we would probably have like very similar complaints about like because you can tell like you said Mo like when someone's not there to try and like foster like an actual like connection
Yeah.
with you and you're
Yeah.
just like, "Oh." And then I don't know because it's like it's also that balance too of like how much of your relationship is like physical versus like emotional
Yeah.
and like I don't know. Okay, can you just give a quick PSA to all the girlies? If she is going over to his house exclusively, that's their date, quote unquote, and it's like late night kind of thing.
Get out.
They're not heading.
You're not. This is not.
Is
getting
there
serious.
a reason to hold on hope?
Yeah. No. Fuck
What
no.
do the girlies say in these conversations? Because like
Yeah.
you're hearing the guy side of things, but like what do the girlies say about this?
Like
The
about
girly pops.
The girly pops. Well, on behalf of all girly pops everywhere, no, I obviously can't speak for everybody, but I feel like my experience is like one thing that I was thinking about just as you were speaking is like seeing somebody like once a week and like how often you're seeing someone. I think like for me, like maybe 2 was like the sweet spot.
Yeah.
But that's like after I've already been like, okay, I like you. You know what I mean? Like like most, I would say,
Gradual.
yeah, of course,
Gradual.
yeah. It's not like you're like, oh, I just met, now we're spending time.
Well,
It
that's
has
what
to
we-
like start ramping up at some
Correct,
point. If it just
yeah.
remains on the same like once a week,
It's gonna be like that forever.
Yeah.
it's gonna be like that forever.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Like,
yeah. I think like, but for me personally, like doing stand up and all of the like other things I do, like sometimes like facilitating dates is like difficult and like
Yeah.
making
1000%.
time for that. And I think I maybe have a bit of an upper hand, like being a woman doing that. Only for this one reason is that usually in heterosexual dynamics, like men are the ones expected to like plan the date and like do the
For
whatever,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
And so like if I was a man being like, hey, like I don't have a date planned, but like you want to just like come to my show,
Nah.
like you'd be like, this girl would be like, ew, you're putting no effort in, right? Whereas like me, I can be like, oh hey, I know you had this plan, but like I have a show tonight, so like we can go to that and then do something, whatever. Like most.
Oh, does that
like,
work?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait.
might be
I
nice.
know. I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
I want to see if I could pull that. That'd be. Not that I would have anywhere to bring.
It's like, yeah.
Most
Yeah.
jotting this
You
down
actually
on
wanna
an
come with me to
invisible
watch
pad of
me
paper
film
that
it?
doesn't
Yeah.
exist.
Come watch me
but I
film a
feel-
podcast today. we can go for a drink.
She's just
after.
sitting in the background. She's like, yeah, nice.
whatever. Yeah.
Oh, your ex? Wow, I love that for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so funny.
I feel like I don't know, like most, like my, I mean, I like as you both know, like I like started like a new relationship like pretty like recently,
Yeah.
but I think
Congratulations.
Like, yes, applaud. Toronto Tinder worked.
Was it Tinder?
Was it Tinder?
Tinder's
Whoa,
crazy.
Tinder's crazy.
Yeah.
Not Hinge. Just
No, Tinder. Yeah.
were you using
Good for
Bumble?
you.
Can I ask? Okay, like
How about-
I have a stereotype with Bumble, but I just
Please. I have used Bumble in the past, but it's not. I don't
It's
like
never
it
worked.
that much. Yeah.
I think
yeah.
Bumble's like the most ratchet dating app.
Oh, for sure.
I
say
think
more.
it's so gross.
Why?
For sure.
I don't know.
Okay,
It just
if Bumble was a girl, what would that girl sound like?
oh, you know what?
Hi.
Well, no. They sound like a. You know what? You know what a chav is? You know what a chav is? Am I saying that right?
Hi.
You know what I'm talking about? Those girls from England, from London.
Yeah.
Who they got like the really caked up makeup.
Yeah, okay.
Bumble would be a chav, 100%. Bumble's a chav. Hinge is like, let me think. Hinge is kind of like an Ossington girl. I feel Hinge gives me like Ossington vibes. Tinder is King Street West. 150%. Anybody who lives like this area, you know what I'm talking about?
For
No,
people
I
that
haven't-
aren't Toronto
Oh,
based,
okay, sorry.
how would you describe
Okay,
like
Ossington's like hippie or
Hippie,
like
okay.
used to be hippie and now normal people are living there. Not normal, that's rude, but not hippie people are living there trying to emulate hippie people.
It's like people trying to be granola chic.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna put this completely different.
Yeah.
Hinge is people trying to put their best foot forward.
Okay.
Oh, you make me
Tinder-
sick with this shit.
No,
What the fuck are we talking
Hinge are
about?
like prompts, like this, you're that, a bunch of pictures, trying to tell a story. Like you're
They're all
trying
like
to
that
show.
now. They're all like that now.
I haven't been on any of them in a hot
Okay, well,
minute,
I'm on one only, and I refuse to go on the other ones because everything else scares me. Tinder is just like, because I'm not trying to just
What's the app that you're on?
a Hinge. 100%.
Hinge. Oh, okay. I thought
And
you were
if
gonna say, like,
anybody from
Raya or,
Skip
like-
is looking, I try. Okay, Raya's fuck.
Skip the dishes?
No, Skip the dating. I did it. No,
Skip the Dishes is my favorite dating app.
no,
Yeah.
I did a brand deal for
They bring your
this
food.
dating-
They're
Yeah,
like,
when-
hey,
when Raj
you
hands
wanna
me my
actually come
meal?
eat this with me? I
Hey,
ordered
baby,
for two.
yeah.
Come on.
Exactly. Amazing. I love it. Yo.
Blind dating, you just order food and then you get the date with the food.
I actually have a really crazy story with
would love
that.
to hear this.
I feel like we can whatever. It's fine. I was actually approached to do like a content collab with this dating app that was like kind of this thing that we're talking about, but it was like weird and fucked for like a reason that I'll explain. So it was
I feel like I did the collab.
you maybe know you did the collab.
I did the collab.
Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay, wait. Let's see.
what I'm
Let's see.
saying.
So
Is it?
no, I won't. I can't say the name of it.
I already said it.
No, you didn't say that.
Okay, then no, it's a different app then.
Yeah.
I already outed the one I did.
Yeah, but it's this app that so this man that I'm having this like quote unquote business meeting with. He explains the app to me, and he's like, so he's a wealthy man living in New York. He's like, so when I broke up with the mother of my children, my ex-wife, like I could not find anyone to date, like Western women, quote unquote, and they're
get
like
the
ideals.
fuck out of here with this shit.
Yeah, and like they're very like they're not feminine. They're always in their masculine energy. And first of all, I'm just like my face is like visibly changing, and like I should have just X'd out of the meeting then. But we continued on, and so he's developed this app where he was like, I found out that like I was really attracted to women in Latin America.
Aren't we all?
I got the prompt for this one like 8 times, and they were like, "Do you want Latin American women?" I was like, "Not really. I'm scared of them."
I love them. If you're a Latin American slide, that's unacceptable. We're good.
I'm too vanilla for that.
Yeah, we're good. You can slide.
If a Latina girl, any Latina girls get in there,
Muy hermosa. I don't know what that means, but I think that's Spanish.
Sure, yeah.
We'll go with it. Yeah, anyways, sorry.
Okay, so
sorry.
maybe you would like this service then.
probably would
So
love this service.
I don't. It gets worse though. It gets worse though, Mo. I don't know. We'll see. But so you connect rather that he was like I was just DMing all these beautiful girls, and I was saying to them like, oh, can I buy you lunch? And he was like, my success rate was amazing. And I was like, yeah, no shit. Like,
Cuck.
what? Yeah,
Sorry.
a little. And then so I guess he's facilitated this app where there's like a live translation feature in the app. So you don't even need to speak the same language. And you can like send somebody a meal through the app. And then you're like, so it's like Uber Eats meets weird,
Feeding
like
immigrants.
Kind of. And it's like, there was just like no awareness of like the power imbalance that's there. He kept going, he kept talking and talking. Cause I was like, I'm just gonna let him talk. Cause this might be good for content, which it was, but like,
Yeah,
here we
shout out
are.
to you for real. That was great.
He was like, he kept going on about how just like, oh, and like, you know, like all these like women want is like just to get their nails done and whatever. And like a lot of them are single moms. And so like they appreciate it so much when you like buy them things. I'm like, okay, so you're financially abusing people. Like it was just so weird.
No, he's not abusing them. He's providing.
He's providing.
He's actually
God.
taking his role as a red pill male and being a provider. Thank you very much. You heard it.
Andrew Tate, you did a great job. Like,
Thank you, Chris. Fuck yeah. But it was so weird. Okay, speaking of men on men.
Whoa. Hey, yo.
We actually weren't speaking of
Chris's
that.
comments have enough of that already, okay? Chris's comment section has the most gay men I've ever seen.
Really?
You could go down Church Street and still not see as many gay men as there are in Chris's comment section. I swear to God.
I'm an ally.
Okay.
We're both allies. We're both allies.
We're all allies here.
But Chris's comment section is a dating app. Like it's Grindr in the comment section.
Like they're trying to hit on you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Mo, does that make you jealous?
No, I'm good. I'm happy for him. No, I'm happy for him.
Okay.
I love seeing him get the praise that he
Yeah.
that he rightfully deserves.
So cute.
I'll take what I can get.
He rightfully deserves.
Yeah, you're like, when I said the DMs were dry, that was just meant for the
please,
ladies.
some
But like, yeah,
some
the dudes are
validation,
up
please.
in there. Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay.
That's why we're saying Latinas. He needs it, okay? Just slide. It's fine.
So I hold the belief that I feel like male on male friendships can sometimes be a hate crime.
What the fuck?
In that there's like very rarely a lot of like real love shared between them. Like it's a lot of like I'm not saying you guys. These are just like my I'm going off of stereotypes here. But I feel like the stereotype is like, oh, like this guy hits me and like, you know, is mean to me and like bullies me, but like that's my best dude. Like like this kind of stereotype.
No, we don't do that shit.
You guys don't do that?
No, we buy each other dinners.
Tell me about your friendships. How'd you guys meet? Chris, how'd you guys meet?
Through his business partner. So
Yeah.
I grew up playing hockey with his business partner, and when Mo joined, he's like, "Oh, you should meet my business partner Mo." And when Mo moved to Toronto, we just like clicked.
Oh, okay. So when did you move to Toronto?
So I moved to Toronto last year, and then I left Toronto. So I'm looking for a new place now. But when I moved here, I didn't really have any guy friends. I moved in with my gay best friend. So when I said ally, like
Doesn't get any closer.
I'm really for you guys. I swear, but. No, I moved in with my gay best friend. I don't even know. I don't think I need to make the title for that. Like, say gay best friend. Just my best friend.
Your best friend.
It's my best friend who's homosexual. Yeah,
Ally?
He's ally. I'm an ally. Yeah. Anyways, but it was like my only guy friend that I had here, and he was like, he had his own friends who were here. I didn't have any friends other than like a couple girls that I knew. And then Chris, and we happened to live like 3 blocks away from each other. So then it was kind of just forced upon me to be friends with him because I didn't really have
proximity.
I didn't really have many other options. I was kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And then I polluted him.
You polluted him.
Honest to God, I came here and like I was such a nice guy. I was so nice. I was such a sweetheart.
I don't know. You always had that Gemini sun.
No.
So
I was such a sweetheart. I swear. I was like a big ray of sunshine. And Chris came here and told me like, you have to start being an asshole. And now this is where we are.
You Toronto-fied him.
Oh my God, he made it so
It
bad.
but it happened.
I blame him.
Because I came in here all like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and then Toronto stepped on my throat, and I was like, oh, you can't, like, you can still be nice or whatever, but like, you got to be a little bit hard here.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like in terms of
With
just
women.
dating?
Women,
Yeah.
I think just in general, like the
Okay.
city definitely like hardens you for sure.
Chris really helped me out though. I'm not even gonna lie, because I was the type who was wearing like skinny jeans when we were still going out.
Yeah.
These aren't skinny jeans anymore. We've moved past this. We've moved past the skinny jean phase. But yeah, no, Chris is, when you were asking Chris about what he likes in me, my favorite thing about Chris, he's the most genuine human being I've ever met in my entire life. Like no matter what, the best person. And he literally saw this like train wreck of a person, was like, no, we're gonna fix this. He looked at me, he's like, no, I'm gonna get you right.
He took you under his wing.
Yeah, to a certain degree. I think I've done the same thing with him for
Sure.
For certain
and
aspects,
now we're
but-
like, I don't know, we like talk on the phone pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Just like catch up.
That's
dog.
really
Yeah.
sweet. That's
my
really
dog.
nice.
But that's what I was gonna say about male friendships is like,
tell me.
I feel like I'm so grateful to have like some really solid male friends who like I could call them at 2 a.m. like going through my deepest, darkest trenches, and they would be there for me, like no matter what. Like every time we end a call, like I love you, like very
Oh,
much
really?
like
That's
like
really
very like
sweet.
deep
Yeah.
emotional. All of my good male friends, it's like that. So like when you hear the like, oh, let me like grab you a noogie, you know, like these are deep guys who like have helped me get through so much of my own shit and like have been through it, like have truly been there for me in my deepest, darkest times. And so I feel like that stereotype of like the guys who just like, you know, grab each other and give each other noogies, like sure, maybe that exists, but not in my world.
Cool.
Okay, wait, I have a question though for you. So if that's what the stereotype of like male relationships are or male friendships are, how do you, what are men supposed to do? Because like being friends with girls is a bad thing too.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, we're kinda
You're
stuck,
so
right?
right. No,
That's,
and I
like, a
think
weird
that's such
thing.
an important thing that you bring up, Mo. Yeah, because I think like, I mean, as an observer.
Also, can males and females even be like friends? Like, where do we draw that line on?
I think
Where do we
both
draw
know
that?
Don't
Like-
say that because I'm gonna get canceled. I have
like-
so many
Like,
girlfriends.
like obviously, but like, where do you draw the line on that too? You know?
If you haven't had sex with them, it's fine. I think if you haven't had sex with them or like
Obviously.
been physical, romantic, anything, then like
Obviously.
But it's
that's on
like,
the table.
yeah.
You're allowed to be friends. And if you had sex with them, then like
What if they're
Tough.
like an ex? Like
no,
you had like,
fuck
you can't be friends with an ex.
Get out
if
of
you
here.
if you're still like friends with your ex, that's
There's
why.
no reason to be in
No.
any level of contact with an ex.
No.
Yeah.
And if you're somebody who, I think if you, because I've been in the place where I've like still felt like I needed closure while I was like seeing somebody else, and I shouldn't have been in that relationship, like for that
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think if you still are in that place of like needing to speak to your ex or feeling like the need that you guys need to communicate or whatever,
Yeah.
just don't be dating anybody else.
Also, may I preface, back in the glory days, before cell phones, before social media, when a relationship ended, you never saw that person again.
Yeah,
So social
yeah, yeah.
media, like,
Well,
why
not
are
always,
you?
but if
Why
there
are
was,
you
like,
still?
yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
obviously, proximity.
like,
It was
sure,
less,
that.
So,
yeah.
like, social media is like, why are you still like following your ex? Like, why are you still like liking your ex's pictures and stuff like that? Like, I'm sorry, but like, if this was 20 years ago before that, you would, and sure, maybe you bump into them somewhere, but like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't see them all
No,
the time.
well-
You wouldn't keep up with their life all the time.
Yeah,
Like, get
yeah.
rid of your ex.
Yeah.
Like, if things are done,
I
it's not
agree
even
with-
out of hate. It's just about like, move on.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Chris. Because I feel like for me, seeing somebody on social media is the equivalent of like bumping into them on the street. And like if you're looking at somebody's stories or like pictures or whatever, like every day or something like that, like that's the equivalent of like running into that person every day.
sure.
And,
Yeah.
like if you worked with an ex or if you like live near an ex, like you would try to go out of your way to either like get a new job or like move like in a different way, right? Like you would try to like avoid, I don't know, at least I would personally.
Yeah,
That makes me like a little
1000%.
bitch.
Oh my God, I
but
block
yeah.
right away.
I would do the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, I'm with you there on I also am like a clean cut. Like, thank you for your time, but like there also there's no reason why. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like
It doesn't
why?
even have to be
I
out of,
don't-
it doesn't have to be out of
yeah.
hate. It just
No,
has to
totally.
be on like
This is for
giving
me.
yourself the
Yeah.
space emotionally to move
100%.
on.
100%.
Like
Okay.
if you're constantly checking what they're doing and this and that, like you're not giving yourself the space to just like move on.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's nice not to move on though, and that's probably that's probably my
And there's
downfall.
the Gemini.
That's probably my downfall.
This is the true Gemini
Yeah,
moment.
I'll
You're
block.
like it's nice to linger in the pain.
Yeah, I'll block for like the first like 3 weeks, and I'm like, damn, I miss you. And I was like, I miss you, Pookie. Like, I don't know. And then I unblock. And then I creep for a little bit.
And
then,
this is when Chris starts to get worried.
Then, no, this is actually when Chris starts to get worried.
Yeah.
Chris will like ask me every once in a while, have you heard from this person? I have to tell him no, just to make
Do you
sure.
lie? Do
No,
you
no.
lie?
I haven't talked to any of my exes in a long time,
Good.
actually.
One unblocked
yeah.
you recently.
Yeah.
Though.
One did unblock me recently. Crazy.
Yeah, that is
I did her
crazy.
so dirty, in all fairness to her. Like,
What did you do?
Nah, we're not doing that. That we're not doing.
gotta keep
She
some
wasn't like an
mystery.
ex. She
Okay,
was like
okay.
she was like a situationship that
Okay.
like was progressing relatively fast. That
Okay.
I got really scared and started seeing somebody else in the process. So it was just not a
Yeah.
not a good scenario. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't need to fully discuss it, but
Yo.
I'm sorry. We've gone.
I've been the girl. I've been the girl in that kind of situation.
Yeah, I felt bad.
Yeah.
I felt bad
Yeah.
afterwards, and then now she just recently unblocked me. I don't know why. I don't know if she's like plotting my
Interesting.
demise or like she's trying to kill me.
Yeah. Well, she's collecting content.
I don't blame her.
I hope she's watching.
But oh, she is. I can guarantee she still make TikToks about me. This
They're
is
all-
like
Really?
almost a year ago.
As she should. You've burnt
They're
her
all
bad.
watching.
think so?
If you're
But
watching,
But that's
hey baby.
Yeah.
Nah, we're not doing that.
We're gonna play a game in just a second,
Love
but
that.
before we do that, I want to go back to what you were saying earlier, Mo. I think you brought up such an important point of
Wow.
like how. Wow, he's like, I'm so proud. I'm actually glad my mom's watching this now. But I think you brought up such an important point. Like if guys can't have close friendships with each other, like who are you supposed to have friends with? And I would say that like my experience of like observing men and the type of friendships and relationships they typically do have, like yours seems like to be like a very strong, loving, mutually supportive, compassionate relationship. But like I don't know if like a lot of men get to kind of like the level where you guys are at. Also in like the relatively, like you've been friends for a year-ish.
Two,
like
three, something
yeah,
like that.
in like a
Know each other-
relatively
yeah.
like short amount of time. I feel like women, like sometimes we can be, and sometimes for like very good reasons, be like slower to trust, like especially like new friends.
Yeah.
Like me personally, when I'm like making a new friend, like my friends joke that I'm like a friend slut because I'll like see somebody
But
at a
all
bar and be
girls
like,
are like
my
that.
new
I
friend,
swear to
right?
God, all
But
girls
it's-
are like
But it's
that.
like it's a big difference between somebody who I would like refer to as a friend and like enjoy like getting a coffee with them or like go and get a drink with them, whatever. But it's a big difference between like those people versus like your ride or dies that you're
Yeah.
like, yo, I'm going through it today. Like I need some help. Like can you drop everything and come over? Like I feel like those are fewer and far between. Like
I feel like I would only ask like a very select amount of people that I have a lot of friends. I would say I
Yeah.
have like a good amount of like actual friends that at any given point, if I called them to like hang out, do something, I'd feel very comfortable just being like one-on-one. Cause I think that's a big thing with
Yeah.
like friendships.
Totally,
I could be friends with like, I don't know, anybody, but I'm not necessarily wanting to go and just sit in a room with them for an hour and a half and just shoot the shit. Like it's a friend that like if they're in a group setting, sure, we could talk. Like
Yeah.
we're like friends.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to like stay at your place for a couple days.
Yeah.
Whereas like I have a good amount of friends where like I have no problem if it was just me and them like hanging out. Men and women, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of like an indicator as well of like how good the friendship is.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
is
feel
that
like
the same for you?
I feel like my circle's just gotten tighter too. Like the older you get, you
Yeah,
like start to
yeah,
wean
yeah.
out like, and it's no knock. Like I still love like all of the friends, but you start to figure out which people are like really in your corner and which people are just like there for a good time.
Yeah.
And like, there's nothing wrong with the good time friends, but like I'm not going to go to a good time friend when I'm having a bad day.
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
they just are there for the good times, right? And that's I feel like the difference between like the
surface
real like
levels.
that's where and at this age it's like I kind of know who's like going to be in my corner for the rest of my life now. And sure, there might be new people, but like I know which people maybe I thought were 5 years ago and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
now are
yeah.
and no knock to them, but like fringe friends. Like I still love them, still like hanging out with them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go to them crying about an ex.
Yeah. Mo,
Really?
you're like beaming right now. You're like, I'm gonna be in Chris's
I
life
feel so
forever.
happy. I'm like, shit, this is me. What the hell? I'm honored.
That's really nice.
I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's so
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. I have like I don't know. I feel the same though. Like again, it's the same thing. Like I have friends that I would sit in a room with forever, but I'm not
Yeah.
calling them at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's what I
I
mean.
think I've called like 3 people at 2 a.m. Maybe you. I don't know if I've called you at 2 a.m.
No,
I
I'm
don't think I've
probably-
spiraled
I feel like
enough.
you've definitely hit up a couple girls at 2 a.m.
Oh, absolutely. No, actually, no. I'm not like that.
Really?
I'm not
No,
like that
I have
either. No.
I have girlfriends that I actually would trust with my entire life. I call girls before I ever call a guy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I love the female insight.
Okay. Okay. Is
course.
this like for dating things or just like in
No,
general?
just life
You're
in
like-
general. Because
Yeah,
to me,
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like guys are kind of stupid. I think I'm naturally No, it's no knock, but it's just like I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
men are just naturally wired, kind of fucking dumb.
I feel like some men just lack like emotional depth. too.
100%.
Yeah.
If I have, I'll give you an example. I was like talking to this girl for a little bit. We went on a few dates. Then we stopped talking. And then she ghosted me. Then I ghosted her. And there was this whole thing. And
Spoken like a true Gemini sun.
it was just this whole thing, right? And I talked to Chris about it. And he's like, yo, fuck this. Don't even bother with her anymore. I talked to another girlfriend. I'm like, no, maybe she's going through something.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah,
So like,
yeah.
I have to listen to both
I disagree with
perspectives.
that.
I don't. I took.
If you ghost someone for like a weekend
yeah, it was a little
and
bit.
then pop back up.
Okay, we're not gonna be specific. No.
No. I'm just saying, if you ghost somebody for like a couple of days and then pop back up like nothing happened, like that is its own red flag.
My point to the story is,
okay, yeah.
I'm going to get advice from Chris. I'm going to get advice from you.
Yeah.
And I'm probably leaning more towards your side of things as a woman. However, Chris brings up great points. So I have to
I'm
kind
gonna
of
tell you black and white how it is now. I don't really sugarcoat.
No, he doesn't.
No, I
It's
don't
very
sugarcoat
scary,
stuff
actually.
anymore.
It's
Yeah,
getting
I'm gonna
very
tell you
scary.
exactly what I
That's
see.
why. That's why I reach out to
what
women. I
they're
love
saying.
reaching out to
Yeah.
women because they're so smart.
You
guys
want
are beautiful.
you
You're
want
so
the
smart.
powdered
You're
down
ingenious.
version.
What?
You want the powdered down version.
No, it's not even that. I want to understand it from a girl's side.
It's like a different perspective. Is I think what you're
Not that
saying.
I love your
Yeah.
perspective. It's not that. Don't get offended. But I love hearing it from a woman's perspective because at least I know like I'm not just being rash or just like jumping to conclusions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's okay. You don't need to be offended. It's okay. We're good. We're good. Dog, we're
Chris
good.
is getting jealous. Yeah.
I promise.
I know how this story ends. I've seen it before.
Oh, hilarious. Yeah.
He's going to start crying.
It's funny because I feel like most of my like male friends are like through comedy, and so
Yeah.
like I
Oh, it's gonna be awful.
I would not even trust them.
Sorry.
I would not even trust them to like order me a beverage,
That's
let
gonna be
alone like
awful.
yeah. So but I say when I say friends, I think it's more like acquaintances. I think for myself at least because I've like moved around in the last couple of
Okay.
years, like I've been able to sustain female friendships in the way like one of my best friends, she lives in Charlottetown, PEI, right?
Oh,
like,
shit.
So but like I talk same thing, like I still talk to her on the phone like almost every day, like a couple times, like at least 4 or 5 times a week. But like I'm not calling like a dude that I used to be friends with who lives like you know what I mean? Like I'm much more like if people are in the proximity, then I'll hang with like my dude friends. But if like I'm not keeping
True.
these kind of like long, I guess maybe that my like dude friends haven't been this like long term friendship. But I do know what you're saying, Chris, with like if I'm trying to go to my dude friends and be like, okay, so like this guy did this and this guy did this. Like, what do you
Yeah.
think? Do you think like they'll be like Hilary, he doesn't like, and it's like,
Yeah.
and they'll just say it
to the point.
so
Yeah, they'll tell you
straight
exactly
up that
how
I'm
it
like,
is.
oh,
Brutal.
like
Yeah.
boom,
It
like,
sucks because you don't want to hear it, but
Yeah.
like it's usually the truth.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's
we're
usually the
grateful for
truth. I'm
we're the dude
gonna tell
friends.
you how it is. Whether
Yeah.
you want to listen to me or not, like that's up to you. But I will
Yeah.
tell you exactly
Yeah.
what's going
I'll tell
on.
you this, that relationship that wasn't good, if I would have listened to Chris, my life would have been a lot easier.
Yeah, so-
I listened to the girlfriends. And that was I have partially blamed them for the entire relationship.
It's hilarious. So they were trying to tell you to be more lenient.
Yeah, they
with
loved
this
her.
person.
See, I have a lot of
okay.
female friends.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of like
You
female.
don't?
No.
Okay.
No, I have
Like-
some in
A lot
like
of female
friend groups in
friends.
proximity,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
most of my female friends are like my good friends, like wives or girlfriends, because
Right,
they've been
okay.
in
True.
relationships
Sure,
for
yeah,
so
yeah,
long, and
yeah.
like most of my friends outside of like Mo and a couple others are all like long-term relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have good friendships with like their partners, but like they've been in relationships for 8 years. I'm not going to, hey, like, what's this? They don't know. They haven't dated in
Yeah,
8
yeah,
years.
yeah.
Like,
Right,
Tinder
yeah.
just
Yeah,
launched
yeah,
when they went on their
yeah.
last dates. Like,
Wait, I didn't think about
crazy
that.
shit.
Think about
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Okay. Well, we're gonna have some little we have some questions from the audience that we're gonna read in just a minute.
nice.
But first,
The
I want to
audience.
play. Yeah, my listeners have written in their spicy dating stories that we're gonna get. We're gonna
Okay.
get the male. We'll get the male female perspective on that because that's what we're talking about here. But first, I want to play a game with you guys.
Sure.
So we've got
I
some
love games.
whiteboards. Again, you guys are definitely going to want to be watching.
Mo and I
this
love
episode.
games.
I'm going to ask a question, and you're going to write down what you think is true for the other person. So don't look
Okay.
at the other's whiteboard,
we'll do it like
and then
this.
we'll do a reveal at the same time. So
I can't write. Okay.
what? Write,
Okay, I'll do my
write,
best.
write as neat as you can. So we're in school again. A plus penmanship. Okay. What is the other person's love language?
Oh, shit. Did I spell this right? I don't know how to spell anymore.
Mo, they're only like single words. Like, this
Nah,
is
because
so-
there's two. There's two
okay.
words.
Okay, ready? On the count of 3, reveal. 1, 2, 3.
To the camera. Oh, my God.
Oh, they both
100%.
wrote quality
100%.
time. Is that true?
Absolutely.
You're, you're both quality
I'm a
time.
huge quality
yeah.
time. Yeah,
1000%.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea of just like being able to do nothing and still having a great time.
Okay. What is or who might be the other person's celebrity crush?
When I tell you Chris's type, I did a collage one time of like the last like 5 women that Chris has
Yeah,
dated,
there's
and
a
they're
bit of a
all the
type.
same girl with just different fonts. It's the most insane shit. And this is like
Okay.
the perfect. This is the. This
Okay.
is the.
Okay, ready?
the
1,
prototype.
2, 3, show. Okay.
Can I see? Where's the camera here?
We've got
I said
Margot
Mo,
Robbie.
you wrote Margot Robbie
Is
for
it
Chris.
two B's or is it one?
I'm not even sure.
I don't
It's
know.
okay. We know who
Margot,
you're
I
talking
love
about.
you. I'm sorry.
Okay. Beautiful blonde woman.
Absolutely.
And then Chris, you said for Mo, dark hair, nice features.
Figures.
Figures.
Is that a
Figures.
Okay.
Nice figures.
My celebrity crush is Salma Hayek.
I don't even know who that is.
So like this
terrible with
is
celebrities.
accurate.
Okay, yeah,
but like
yeah.
I've publicly said this multiple times. Salma Hayek is like the prototype of
That's
what
your girl.
That's my girl. That's
Okay,
the love of my life.
that's your-
I love her.
It's like
Margot Robbie's accurate.
Margot Robbie's
Robbie's
accurate.
That's my type.
like a Barbie. Yeah. Okay, this one's a bit silly. I want you to draw
Oh shit.
what you think the other person's imagination looks like, what their head looks like when they're trying not to come quick.
Trying not to is crazy. Wait, what? I don't even know what to do for this. What's going
Shaking,
on, bro?
most nervous to
like
reveal.
drawing.
Okay, are you ready, guys? One,
Yeah.
2, 3. Okay. These are incredible. Okay, so Mo, you got a thought bubble that just says grandma, smiley
Yeah,
face.
I feel like that's what Chris has to think about. This is
Thinks
like
about grandma.
grandmother, even if she's
Mine's
not alive.
actually throwing a football in the park.
Is it actually?
It's throwing a football in the park. Never fails.
Never.
I don't
Never
think about
fails.
it, and that's why we have the issues
Never
that I have.
fails.
The issues I have is because I don't use that thought bubble. I probably should
This
start.
is and what do you? So sorry, Chris. Yours.
It's just a weight.
Yours is a weight. Oh, you're
it's
thinking
just-
about working out.
It's Mo just working out. Yeah.
Me just working out.
Is that what you think about, Mo?
I don't think about it, and that's the problem.
Okay, well,
I don't have a thought bubble. I gotta start. Maybe I should start using.
Start
that.
instituting
Yeah,
the
fuck.
thought bubble.
Honestly, that's a good plan. Honest to God,
I love grandma. That's so funny.
grandma's so sweet.
so
okay, I
cute.
can't do that.
Oh my
sorry.
god, no.
Is your grandma alive or both?
One of them is. One of
Okay,
them
well at
is.
least you got
Yeah.
one. That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Question very quickly. How old are the two of you?
I'm 27. Chris is
28.
Yeah.
27, 28. Okay. Write the age that you think the other person will get married at.
Oh, fuck! Don't put an age.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
This motherfucker said infinity.
Chris just
Dog,
has an
what the
infinity
fuck?
question mark. Mo's never getting tied down. You don't see that happening for him.
It could. It could.
It
You
could.
never know.
I don't
Mo could
know.
also,
I feel like
Mo
I've-
could also be like just single bachelor for life.
You know what?
It's
'Cause
just
I feel like I've already-
Do you believe in marriage?
I did. I believe in I believe in it. I just think I feel like I don't know. I've said this before. Like I was in a long term relationship. I was like engaged at one point when I was like really young, at like 24, and so I don't know if I could get back to that point. But like I'd like to. Ideally, I'd like to. I'd love to like
Yeah,
find
yeah.
companion and a
31,
life
damn, I
partner.
better
but-
pick up the
Yeah,
pace.
31 for you.
31.
pick up
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pace.
So
No,
Mo's
Chris
31.
is gonna lock somebody down soon. But yeah, I don't know. I don't. Chris
Why
loves.
he's getting the DMs
Chris
ASAP,
loves a
closing
relationship.
opportunity.
You do love a relationship.
love a
You're a relationship
He's a
guy?
I think
Yeah.
we both
Love a
are, to be honest with you.
relationship, yeah.
My problem is I just can't be in a relationship. I'm like, I love like a situation.
I love
being
the
with somebody.
idea of a relationship.
Absolutely, yeah. Disorganized attachment.
Yeah.
Literally disorganized attachment.
I love the
Yeah.
idea of a relationship.
Yeah.
Until I have to like break my routines and like start to assimilate with somebody else. Then I'm like,
When it
That's
gets
tough.
real.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
tough.
yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
It sounds like you guys are like almost the opposite in the sense of like, Chris, you're like happy to like hang and like, not to say that you aren't Mo,
Yeah, yeah.
but I feel like once it gets serious, like you're either in or you're out, Mo.
Yeah.
And then if you're in, you're in. Chris is like, no, I don't know about that. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time like just like staying in. I think that's like the problem. Again, like I've been there, right? So like to me, I'm like, I feel like I did it with one person, and that was like a really tough moment to like get through, like on the on like the back end of things. That's why when me and Chris like got so close, and that's why I moved to Toronto in the first place, because I was going through this like crazy breakup, and Chris was like the only like person I was really talking to about it, like daily at least. And I don't know if I could get back to that. It's a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. It's
Yeah.
like it was a
Yeah.
heavy breakup. too.
That's fair. I mean, being
I don't know,
engaged and
yeah.
like calling, you called off the engagement kind of thing?
Oh
Or-
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We didn't really have much of a choice. Yeah, she made some different life choices. I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
we could put it that way.
Yeah,
but yeah, we didn't really have a choice. So
Yeah. No, I imagine that's like you need like a. I'm glad you're having your hoe phase right now. I feel like you.
I had a whole
like,
phase before it. That was the problem. I started dating this girl at 18.
he's not really having his hoe phase. Now.
I've had like sporadic hoe phases. I've gone through like 1 to 2 months of being a dog, and then I get really upset with myself for being the dog, and then I start dating somebody because I feel like it's gonna like balance out the hoe phase, and it just never does.
happens.
But I'm really in a good place now.
He is in a good.
I'm
This
in a
is like
really
the
good
most
place.
like.
Yeah, I'm
I've seen
very
Mo in a
even
while.
keel.
It's
I'm not
nice.
really like dealing with no women right now. It's kind of
good.
just
I kind of envy it.
I'm kind of just chilling. I'm just chilling. I'm watching Chris go through like his breakup and kind of the whole dating thing, but not that you're like dating, but yeah.
Okay, speaking of being a dog,
Sure.
right? What do you think the other person's favorite sex position is?
Oh my God. Watch what you say. Oh, you might hate me for
Do you
this.
guys talk? Well, sorry, I'll ask you once we reveal if men talk about these things. If you guys talk about these.
I don't know if this is. See, I don't like spelling without
Are you guys ready?
autocorrect.
Are you ready? It's okay. It's okay.
Mine's so.
One,
Mine's so.
One,
That's so
2,
wrong.
3. Okay, Chris has wrote doggy for Mo.
I hate doggy.
You've wrote missionary for Chris.
Yeah.
I hate dogs.
We're talking missionary. We're talking missionary. We're talking when I'm on the top and she's on the bottom.
There is nothing that indicates to me that Chris likes anything freaky. That is not like if you look at Chris, like nice put together white boy. What the fuck is he doing other than missionary? He's trying to look in your eyes and tell you he loves you. That's all he's trying to do.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
I'm whispering sweet
He's
nothings in your ear. You look beautiful.
I feel like I feel like if a girl was like, "Can you choke me?" You'd be like, "No."
Absolutely not. No, absolutely.
I have respect for women. I don't touch them unless
I have a mother and a younger sister, and I love them both dearly, and I respect women. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. We respect that. What is it about missionary that does it for you, Chris?
That's just something about missionary. I don't know how to describe
I like
it.
missionary too. That's my favorite. I
Really?
hate
Oh, you're
doggy.
both pro missionary.
I like looking. Okay, this is getting
No,
way too into it.
I'm probably in the same boat as you.
I just like if I'm having sex with somebody, it's because I think they're attractive, so I don't want to like not see their face.
valid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So like
yeah,
anything
yeah.
that I'm like looking
It's
directly.
also
at.
like I feel like missionary. There's like a connection.
Yeah.
Other things I feel like it's just like
Doggy feels like I'm hiring an escort.
Interesting. Interesting.
Doggy feels
Valid.
like legit. Like I'm paying for sex right now. Like I
Yeah,
don't know what.
yeah.
weird.
Okay, that's good. I'm really happy none of you wrote like reverse cowgirl
hate
or something
that.
like that. Because I will say, as a woman, that's the
hate
worst
that.
one. Because not only are you doing all the work, you're also like just looking at their toes, and then you're like, this guy's getting a full view.
unless you have a foot fetish, and then you're
I
like,
know.
Woo!
But
No,
then,
my
and then
toes-
you're like also in your head, like this guy's also getting a full view of my asshole right now.
valid.
I don't mind that idea. I just think that I just like want to see the face.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Where you're seeing, okay, what about like
Her-
forward cowgirl, like when she's on top,
Like
like
hers
you're still,
on top?
yeah. You still can see, but
I like
it's like
to be in the
You like to be driving?
the main position. I like to be the
Yeah, give me like
like to be-
80-20. Give me,
What's the
give me
word
a
for
little
that?
break.
okay.
Give me a little break.
yeah.
Give me a
Fair
little
enough.
break.
Get a little Gatorade.
I get tired. I got a cramp. Like you can take over for a little bit.
If we get to the point of needing a break, then like sure, like not because it's long. It's just that it might be a little bit shorter than most expect. So we're just I don't think a break's usually necessary, but fuck it.
Football in the park. Football in the park. Never fails. Football in the park.
Okay, are you thinking about like
my God,
like
I'm
how
gonna
how
cry.
do you switch it up if you're just going full missionary the full time? Like are you thinking about like where you put
Tempo.
your hands, tempo, like yeah, I don't know,
That
like
definitely how you position yourself.
Are we actually talking about sex? My mother's gonna watch this, Hilary. Mom, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, Mary.
I'm
sorry,
still a
Mary.
sweet innocent boy. I swear.
No.
Yeah.
What are you thinking
sorry.
about?
Okay, let's
I
switch-
like talk. Oh, sorry. No, we can
Sorry,
switch
no,
it.
let's keep going. Let's keep going.
No, I just like talking. That's
like
like my
talk.
thing.
Okay.
I like dirty talk.
You like
That's
dirty talk.
a
You
thing
like
for me.
you like receiving dirty talk or like when
Both.
okay.
Both.
Okay.
I feel like I can't even like perform correctly. If you understand, we can read between the lines. I
Mm-hmm.
can't perform correctly if it's like quiet. If there's nothing, I'm like, what the? Are you enjoying this? Do you like
Valid.
this? Do you hate
Valid.
this?
It doesn't even have to
Are
be
you
like
grossed
it
out?
doesn't
What's
even have to be
going on?
like
Yeah,
freaky
yeah,
talk, but if
yeah.
it's silent, I'm like, is
That's-
this good for
yeah,
you? Because
yeah.
like I kind of like if I can get a girl off. And if there's nothing, I'm like,
Motherfucker, I hope so. Shit. Fuck.
Take I'm a generous lover. Yeah.
but if there's nothing, I'm like, is this good for you? Like, what's going on here?
If she's gone mute, she's making her grocery list in her
yeah,
head.
yeah.
She's
I'm like,
there.
please
I'm
like-
God, get me the fuck out
Yeah.
of this
Yeah.
man's bedroom.
yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, is this good for you? Like, why is it so quiet in here? Like, I can hear the sirens in the city in the
Anyway, I
background.
have a
Yeah.
question for you. Have you ever had a girl say "I love you" during sex? Like not that you're dating, like a maybe like a
No,
situation.
no.
Oh, that's the best. I love that.
What?
Oh,
That's happened?
Nothing better. I tell them to say it. I love it. It's my favorite thing ever.
No.
You tell them so
Yeah, maybe
you're,
it's an I
you're
love you
not at
thing.
the stage where you've said I
Fuck
love
no,
you in
this
the
is
relationship.
like first or second hookup, and I'm saying, "Tell me you love me." 100%.
Mo.
Toxic. I know. Is that weird? Sorry.
I don't know. Right?
Like, I don't know. Some girl
Write in the comments
Is
if you're
that
down with
weird?
that.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you, a girl introduced that to me, and I was like, oh, this is kind of strange. And then I did it, and I was like, oh, I have an I love you kink. This is like the best thing ever. Yeah.
Okay, I feel that's so interesting because I feel like it's so different to be like, oh, I love it, or I love
No,
your
I love
fill in the
you.
blank, but like I love you.
You're my
is-
husband. I love you.
You're my.
That's what I want to hear.
This is
That's
my
what I want to
God.
hear. Oh, maybe I am.
Mo,
Mo,
Latinas.
This is the
dude, this
Gemini
is
shit.
yeah. No, this is beyond Gemini. Something. Are you trying to get her like? Are you trying to get her to say it so then she like believes it?
No. I don't want that. That's the last thing I want. No. I definitely don't want that.
But we're just gonna casually throw around the L
yeah,
word.
like you let them know ahead of time. Like it's not gonna be.
By the way, I hate your fucking guts. But
No.
I
They're
know,
sweet
I know,
women.
I know.
They're always
Yeah.
sweet women. They're never. I never. Okay, maybe not never hate, but
Understand
like never hate fucking. But no, that's not true either. I don't know. I think. I don't know. It's something nice about it. Maybe I'm just like searching for that like actual love, and that's just like a good like substitute.
It's a
at the moment.
proxy. Okay, speaking of
You
searching
know?
for love, I got another one for you guys.
Beautiful.
Draw a picture of what you think the other guy would do for a first date when they like really, really like
I don't have
someone.
enough space on
I
this
know.
fucking.
I know.
Do what you can. Do what you can.
Oh my god.
Like it's someone that they've like maybe known for a bit. Like it's not just like a random dating app. Like let's
Can
see
I
how
skip
this
the
goes.
picture and just? I know exactly what Chris would do. Can I just skip the picture?
Give us as best you can.
okay.
Yeah. A little stick something.
Stick
Yeah,
figure? Like
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude.
Someone who's like they've been building this up in their head for a while. They're like, I gotta go
This is
on
tough.
like
Oh my
Draw-
God.
actually drawing
finally.
I
it.
can't draw this.
I know. I think we just write it out.
I think
we
can I
have to
write
just
it out?
I don't know. I
Is
think
that possible?
You can
I can't
use a
draw this. I
mixture.
actually-
you can
okay,
give a
okay.
couple words.
Okay.
Yeah.
no, actually, it's not
Chris,
that.
this is not that long for you. If you're thinking that this is like a 5-step process,
No, I know it's not. I know it's not.
Or,
I know
or
it's
maybe
not.
list out like the activities or like what would happen.
Okay,
Kinda
that we
like
could
that's
do.
easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Map the journey. Okay, I think we mapped the journey.
Mo knows me well. This one's on point.
We've got some.
Did you see it? Did you creep?
No, I didn't creep it yet.
Okay, so we've got some lists. We've got some things. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so
That's wrong as fuck. There's no way.
Okay, so Chris
For
wrote,
somebody you really like that you've known for a while.
Chris
That I've known for a while.
Chris wrote-
that you've
Oh,
known
yeah,
for a
yeah,
while.
that's
yeah.
different. Okay.
That's why I know your usual one would be coffee, but
Coffee
because,
or a drink.
But because you've known them
100%.
for a while, I think you do like something a little bit more intimate.
Chris
Okay,
is like
just
intricate.
so just for
Yeah.
everybody who maybe can't see
Oh,
it on the
shit, I
screen.
just-
So you have
fuck, I just
no, it's okay,
erased
it's
it.
okay, Chris. So you wrote nice dinner for
Yeah.
Mo. Mo was saying you usually go for just a coffee if it's something
If it's
chill.
like
But
a
if it's like you
first
really
date.
like someone, like
It's
Yeah.
a first
yeah.
date of like somebody.
Yeah.
Like
But if it's somebody that you've known
But
for a
say,
while,
yeah,
and this and
say
that,
it's
I
like
think you
something
put a
that you've been
little
like
bit more
someone you've
into
been
it.
crushing on for a long
I
time,
would-
not just like a dating app
100%.
kind
I'll
of.
take you to Nobu.
Yeah.
Nobu. Okay, well, that's
yeah.
more nice.
I'll drop $500 on you for
Okay.
dinner if I really like. If I see the potential,
You're investing.
I'll
Yeah.
make an investment. Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
It's a business transaction. No,
For
I'm
the
just joking.
business. No, but it's true. You invest not
It
only with your
is.
money, but with your time and your
Absolutely,
energy,
my
feelings,
energy.
all that.
Chris's is
Yeah,
very
what'd you rate?
intricate.
What'd you
Chris
rate,
is like
Chris?
coming to a walk to pick you up.
Okay.
I didn't write the whole thing. I don't have enough
Yeah.
time for this. But I can do the explanation. Chris will come to your place, walk, pick you up, maybe pick you up flowers. This is my pitch also.
No flowers anymore. Flowers is
Wait,
I'm
Flowers
pitching.
are cooked.
I'm
Okay,
pitching.
wait,
okay.
pause. Chris, you used to do flowers on the first date?
Absolutely.
no, not on the first date. Maybe when I
If
was
you knew
younger.
if you knew them, you wouldn't do flowers.
No, not anymore.
Okay, well, then I don't know
No.
what
Not
Not
anymore.
I feel
Wait,
like
why?
I
Not
feel I
anymore?
used to do flowers for people. I remember doing flowers on a first date for someone, and they were like, like didn't like it.
Have you ever seen that
Yeah.
guy on TikTok and he goes on like a first date every fucking week and he
Yeah.
brings a set of flowers every single time?
Yeah.
I think it's weird as fuck.
Yeah,
Okay,
I just
okay.
I think it's a fantasy, but when it actually happens, I think it's kind of
That's true,
off-putting for
especially
women.
if it's like
I always hear
someone-
women be like, "Oh, I want him to bring me flowers and do this and that," and then
Yeah.
you actually show up with flowers and they're like, "Whoa, wait, this is really serious," and it's like,
Yeah, okay. I feel that.
in the fantasy, it's here, but in reality, it's,
I feel like if it's like a scenario where it's like you've been friends for a while and now you're like gonna try a date and it's like that's cool to be like but that's like where they've already built up a connection. Where it's like if that's just somebody like you're meeting for the first time on a dating app, I don't know about that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
First time on a dating app.
Yeah.
This like I would hope
Okay.
for your sake that this
Okay,
list gets
okay.
really
Can I
short.
explain my date process? and
Motherfucker,
why I
I'm
like
supposed
a
to
lot?
explain your date process.
Let's get Mo to explain it
This
first, then you can
shithead,
clarify,
bro. What the
Chris.
fuck?
Okay, so what do you got else? You got
So
the
a
walk, he's picking you up.
Yeah, and then you guys are going to dinner. 100%. He's
Dinner,
going to take you to a
okay.
nice place. It's either going to be somewhere Michelin guided, Michelin star, somewhere where you're going to get an experience. It's not just a regular date. Okay. Then you're going to go do some level of activity. I put movie down for the sake of it just being simple to write out, and I can't really spell that great, but probably doing like mini golf, maybe an arcade bar.
Oh, an activity?
Oh, activity. Maybe
Okay.
go painting,
Nice.
do some level of like something that you're getting to know each other and how you react in the wild. After that, you're probably going to go get a sweet treat because Chris is borderline diabetic at this point and needs some level of sugar after your date. So you can guarantee that you're going to have at least a 2 to 3 step process. And then he's going to walk you home after and tell you how wonderful of a time he had. Maybe try to give you a kiss on the cheek, not lips. Cause he's a respectful young man. Respectful young man. He'll never try and have sex with you on the first date unless you initiate it. And then if you do that, you'll never get a second date. And that's that's it.
That's all. Am I wrong? That's all very valid.
I know my dog like it's the back of my fucking hand. Yeah. I know this like the back of my fucking hand. Yeah. Please,
Chris, is this the process?
That is 1,000% the process.
It? Okay.
Okay. So my thought process behind like a cool first date is whether I love you or whether I hate you, whether it works out, whether it doesn't. I want a date to be a memorable experience and time together, and I want you to leave that date and be like, that was a cool guy. Even if it doesn't work out, even if we don't have a connection, I want somebody to walk away from a date and be like, that was a cool dude. That was a cool time. Like we had a really great time together.
I like it. You're putting good karma. You're putting good karma energy into the universe of like, and then especially too, because like, I don't know, Toronto, I think a lot of big cities are like kind of also small towns where it's like, you might run into somebody again. And like, I would never want to leave somebody with an impression that like Hilary Henderson wasn't a cool girl to hang with. Yeah. We might not have been a fit, or like, you might not have like thought of me that way, but like, I don't want anybody to be like, that was a bad hang.
So my issue with all that is that the date takes too much of the energy. Like the actual process of the day. I think not the energy of
I have infinite energy glitch. So
okay, no, that's not what I mean. I don't mean it like that. I mean in the sense of like you might not be able to get to know a person as well, or like you might not want the second date as much if.
Exactly. That's why I'm trying to weed them out right away.
No, see,
give me that elaborate first date. Let me figure out if it's having a second date.
But I want to do that on personality. I don't want to do it because like the date itself, like the activities didn't go well.
No, I got to see how you react in every situation. How was dinner? How was the activity? Are you lactose intolerant? Like, do you like sweet treats?
Okay, can I explain?
Do you like to go for a walk?
Yeah.
Let me give you the explanation to my side of things. Okay. I like monotonous date. Monotonous, boring. I like boring.
You want a boring date?
Because I want to get to know the person who's in front of me. Coffee, beautiful, because at the end of the day, the only thing I'm really doing is talking to you.
Okay.
So to me, I think about relationships.
You approach it like a scientist. You're like,
I do.
The variables are all controlled. The only thing that's different is the girl.
Oh my God, absolutely. So to me, a relationship 75 to probably like 80% of the time is probably relatively boring. Like if me and you are dating, we're doing everyday shit together, boring as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't want the first date to be super exciting because then I'm not really getting a good look at to what the 75 to 80% of the time is going to be. So like if peak is here, valley's here, boring is middle, I want the boring times to even be like just as good as like the exciting times.
Okay.
So like if we're going to coffee and it's a great time, then like I know when we actually do an activity together that it's going to be even better.
Yeah, right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, so this is like for a first date situation.
For a first date only.
Chris,
first
you're
date
like,
only.
let's just do the thing
let's
and just see if it's fun.
Yeah, let's rip the Band-Aid off.
Okay.
I also
Different
selfishly,
approaches.
I think I can make most dates fun, even if it's just coffee.
Yeah, me too.
So I'd rather like, I want to see how you are. Like, I want to put you in different settings and see like, do we get along in this? Do we get along in this? Like, how do we react? How do we engage? How's our chemistry? Because like, if we just get coffee, like, I think Bo and I can both carry a conversation.
Sure,
I genuinely can't say to all the beautiful women I've ever been on dates with that I've ever had like a bad first date.
I have. Like, what the fuck? You haven't had a bad first date?
I've had not great first dates, but I've never had like a terrible first date.
You've never had a bad first date?
I've had one or two, and they were because like she got too drunk.
Oh, and that's happened too. Yeah,
and that's it. That's the only time I've ever had like a bad first date.
I was this girl that didn't say a single word to me. If I didn't ask her a question, she wouldn't ask me shit. It was the weirdest thing. I picked this girl up, and literally, we talked for 2 weeks. How does she not tell me that she had a kid in 2 weeks?
Oh,
so I pick her up. She's like, oh yeah, like. James, can you record this? This girl, I picked this girl up. We talked for 2 weeks before I go out. She doesn't tell me she has a kid. She gets in the car and she's like, oh yeah, my bad. Sorry I was late. Like, I was just dropping my kid off at his grandparents. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean?
I feel like in a dating situation, you got to be forthcoming with
that's
that.
A
and like, to each their own. Like, if you want to date somebody who has kids, like, I respect it. Do your thing. Absolutely. I have a best friend who like, he's dating somebody. She's got 3 kids. They like have a very healthy relationship. Like, great with the kids, whatever. To me personally, I can't do it. It's just not for me right now. Just at this point in my life, I just don't. I don't want the extra responsibility. I don't even want to date somebody who has a dog. I'm like over dating women with dogs. I'm so fucking tired of it.
Because you don't want them having their attention elsewhere?
No, I just like don't want the extra responsibility. We have to get home. Like,
I can't be a dad.
Well, I don't want to be a dad right now.
No, I feel like the dog responsibilities get offloaded onto you.
That's true.
I always end up with dog responsibilities, and it's my dog. And then the relationship doesn't work out, and it's not my dog anymore. And I'm like, I just cared for this dog for like 3 fucking months, and then they still have the dog. Like, what was the point?
Chris feels very Chris feels very strongly about this. No, for real. I don't want to be taking the dog out to go take a shit and before bed. Like I'm tired. I'm trying to go to sleep.
I'm sitting at the dog park letting that motherfucker run around and shit.
Yeah,
and then let the dog out and the dog's gone.
Yeah.
Let the dog out in the middle of the day. Make sure he's fed. Like I love the dog.
That's a different
I'm cleaning up
dynamic.
his poop and shit.
It's a different dynamic than if you're like, hey, like we're like a couple years into our relationship, like let's get like a collectively you're deciding that you want to like pair a pet together.
I'm never doing that again either.
That's different. Okay.
My ex took my dog from me. That's
Oh.
Bobby Turks and Caicos.
Damn.
Yeah, that was a
okay. This
tough
is
one.
like I'm starting to understand.
Yeah, there's lore behind this. I'm not just toxic for
this-
fun. This doesn't just happen naturally. This is like a progression of issues that have led to this point in my life.
Diamonds were made in pressure.
It's like, yeah, that's right. That's right, Chris. Okay, got another question for you guys. Okay, next question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
This is simple yes, no.
Okay.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Butt stuff, yes or no?
Okay, everyone, do not hate me, but the rest of this clip is going to be behind a paywall on Patreon. You get it. Girl's got to make her bag. Things are expensive. If you want to support me there and never even log on to the Patreon, that's totally cool. But the rest of the portion of this segment is going to be on Patreon only. Link is in the description. We would love if you could support the Overstimulated team in this way. But we'll bring you back to the rest of the episode if you're just watching this on YouTube or Spotify. But you're missing out if you're not on Patreon. Let's just leave it there. And now back to the episode.
Okay, guys, this has been so fun. We are unfortunately reaching the end of our first, but not our last threesome.
Oh, that's lovely.
Together. And, you know, we've had peaks, we've had valleys,
We've
had euphoria, we've had heartfelt. It's been what every good threesome, I think, should aspire to be.
Still wouldn't know.
Now, and now I want to move into aftercare. Okay.
I'm not good at that.
We're just gonna.
That's my favorite. Yo, come spoon, baby. Come spoon, come on.
I am
like,
not
I've been waiting.
good at that.
I've been waiting this
I
whole
was like, I'm just doing that for that.
This is Chris's niche. This is all he wants to do.
He's
He's like,
aftercare.
we actually don't
He's
need
like,
to have sex.
yeah. Can we skip missionary and just cuddle
can
and
we
talk
skip
about our
that and
feelings?
just go to the aftercare part? Let's go. I'm all for it.
That's great. Okay, so
I'm all for it.
so a question for you related to aftercare. It's like
Sure.
we're on overstimulated. Okay, we're talking about dating. We're talking about modern events and trends and all these things. What do you guys do to cope? How do you cope with being overstimulated? How do you chill out? How do you find your zen?
God.
How do you center yourself?
You have a thing?
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, Chris,
I'll,
yeah.
I'll be super open about this. Like I've struggled with mental health my entire life. I was on antidepressants for a while, depression, anxiety, like all that stuff. And the older I get, the more I'm learning myself and how to cope with it, like as best I can in my own ways without leaning into substances. I used to drink and party a lot. And that was just like a way to numb myself. And I'm still not the best at feeling my feelings or like fully like embracing it, but I'm working on it. But I think it's listening to yourself and being like, hey, maybe I need to take a foot off the gas pedal. Hey, do I need to be doing this right now? Do I need to be drinking? Do I need to be smoking? Do I need to be doing these things? Or am I doing this to like numb a feeling that I have inside? And what's other healthy habits or coping mechanisms that I can develop to help me feel better? Like whether that's eating better, like when I eat better, I feel better.
For sure.
If I miss the gym for 4 or 5 days, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
If I'm going to the gym in a routine, I feel great. If I'm talking to my friends, like if I call Mo every day, I feel great. Like if I call
my
my other
God,
friends,
he's
like
so nice.
I feel
Yes.
great.
So it's the genuine shit?
But it's figured a good
Yeah.
sleep routine, like this or that. And that doesn't mean like, and also I think mental health too, like go fucking rip it every once in a while. Like you can't be too like wellness. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah, yeah,
everything
yeah.
has to be a system. You need balance in everything. But I think just like understanding yourself, and also like if you struggle with mental health, like there's ups and downs. Everybody has their bad days. There's no shame in that. Talk to people about it. Let other people know that you're going through that shit. Like it is not something you're going through alone, and there's no stigma around it anymore. So just talk to other people about it.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing to be ashamed of,
that's
truly.
100%. Thanks. That was well said, Chris. Yeah.
I don't know if I can top that, but I can try. I think I used to like really kind of not necessarily with like substances, but I think I would just spiral because I wouldn't really understand what was going on. And I think the last year really I've taken the time to try and understand myself and want to grow more. And that's kind of like when I was joking around about like dating girls and like whatever earlier. I just think that I've always been like either in a relationship or I've been in a position where I'm codependent on other people and I haven't been dependent on myself. So for me, when I would like spiral or I'd have like these anxiety attacks or like I've had panic attacks, I'm very prone to anxiety attacks. The biggest thing that I do is just like look inwards and kind of understand like what is causing it. And I know it sounds so simple or it seems like it's so simple to do, but like your surroundings, your settings, everything can trigger something. Even if it's like, a remote, for example. Like if it reminds you of something, it can cause anxiety and trigger. So like for me, I just try and understand what in my settings or what is going on around me that's causing it. And then it makes it a little bit easier. I don't have like a specific coping mechanism. Like me going to the gym is like, again, it's like work for me. So I don't feel like that's a thing anymore. It used to be, but not so much anymore. Maybe going for a walk, like as an actual like mechanism.
Physical
But
thing,
other than that, it's just trying to understand what's causing the issue and just learning how to kind of move forward with that.
Oh yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. You guys moved the needle a little bit to be a bit more eligible bachelors with those answers.
I am not an eligible bachelor
that.
at all. Don't get it fucking twisted.
Yeah, okay.
I promise you, I'm not eligible.
We might not be eligible, but we are
I'm
self-aware.
closed off.
Let
I'm
me
so
let me be
closed
clear.
off.
Just because these guys are my friends and they're on my podcast, I'm not advertising them as viable
don't,
options for
please.
anyone. But so use at your own risk.
We're still
you know.
growing.
But
We're
yeah.
still doing the whole
heartache.
We're still doing the whole self growth thing. We're working on ourselves until the end. I said until the end of the year. We're like putting off dating like
Okay.
at least
A little bit more,
seriously, like
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
like one or two.
No.
Something
It
pops
just
up.
happens.
If something
Yeah.
pops up, then
If
I
the shoe
can't-
fits.
Listen, I'm never gonna turn away the love of my life, but they'd have to be the love of my life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I like that. I like that.
that's it.
We got some optimism here. Chris Mo, this has been so much fun. Where can everybody find you both online? What are your handles? What have you got going on?
Mo Pooli on Instagram, MoePooli, and then mo.pooli on TikTok. And that's it.
Cool. And Chris, what about
And
you?
I am Chris Poletek on TikTok and on Instagram.
Damn, you got both handles. Shit, I gotta,
Sure did.
I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that.
This has been Overstimulated, guys. Thanks so much for getting overstimulated with us. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.